I always want to start out by telling you that initially we were doing politics for some reasons. For 2026, we told ourselves to get over to our politics for some reasons, and excited, of course, seeing some people who are not in for lifestyle. Yeah, they got scared and disappeared. Some of them, but. From wherever you're catching, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. 7 years I was off social media. Not a truly war as per my face, but of course in the background we're trying our level best. I was doing something in the background. So after the 7 years, I was like, after the 7 years, then of course I'm going to be coming back, of course, to share. Yeah, it is about politics. Yeah, for 7 years, by the way, for people who don't who have forgotten, for 7 years, of course, nga Presido Aingideo, that is His Excellency President Bobby Wine, we were there for 7 years. We were there as BCM. We worked with him. We were with him for the entire time, not until, of course, 5 years ago, we had made a plan. Netugamba, when it is 2026, then we'll make some little bit of changes, because you imagine, yeah, I was there having done TV for 15 years. I did those things for 15 years, but for some reasons, I was like, when it is 2026, we are going to make some simple little changes so that I can also be here sometimes, and we share. We are going to be sharing. You tell me something, I tell you something. Yes, now to get about your, but it is so surprising. One thing I've learned now, for most of, by the way, you can imagine, just for 2026, I've noticed sometimes it's always very cool to let some people go. Yeah, or you are just let them go. Some people just don't want to let go. They want to stick in there thinking that things will work, but when someone feels things are not working out well for them, let them be. You know, it is like for the people who are either maybe in marriage or in courtship or as long as you're there but you feel things are not working well, there is no reason why you should stay longer. Why? Because at the end of the day, even if you stick on something, but you really know it is not going to work out, but you feel in case you leave, you're not going to make it in life, that is untrue. Yeah, see, truthful. So sometimes you have to get the bold and be like, you know what? When I feel like things are not working, whether they are friends, yeah, you know, they are friends. In case you're good, they're going to be there. In case there is something they get from you, in case they are benefiting from you, but in case they are not benefiting in nothing, then they leave. If such kind of people there again leave for 2026, by the way, it is more of Kwebelamo. It is supposed to be more of you. That's why, as BCM, I'm very fine to talk about it. That we sacrificed our channel. Yeah, we sacrificed it for 7 years. Remember, I was doing my own stuff. Yeah, for 7 years. Because I was this channel has been there for 9 years. So imagine, for the first 7, 8, 9, for the first 2-3 years, I was doing my own stuff. But again, when the president came through, we were like, let's support. So after 2026, after 2025, that's when I was like, now we are going to go back, concentrate on me, and then the things we used to do then, though again there are some little bit of changes here and there. And one thing I've noticed that when people are getting something out of you, yeah, they'll always be calling you. Yeah, if they benefit from you, they'll always keep checking on you. How you doing? Are you okay? How is everything moving? In case they notice that now you're not adding anything to them, and yet most times they add nothing to you, then they will decide to leave. And sometimes people might think like, if they leave, you're going to die. And I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because when you discover, if you can tell her, don't do that, yeah? If you discover, if you can do things alone, yeah, and you can survive alone, let me tell you, now, there won't be that thing like, minus this person, I won't survive, minus this person, I won't survive. Because some of us, you know, some people have grown even without parents, but they've lived, yeah? So a friend you've met on the way, yeah, a girlfriend, a boyfriend you've met on the way. I've seen people who even go ahead to commit suicide. Why? Because a boyfriend has chucked them or a girlfriend has chucked them, and they feel like the best thing they can do is, you know, to commit suicide. And you're like, are you serious? sometimes it's not good to attach. Yeah, it's called attachment. Most of the people have attachment to things. You find someone, he's gotten, let me say, mattress, and they have that attachment to this mattress that they cannot let it go at all cost. And sometimes these are the things even dragging us behind. You just never know that in case you let this person go, that's when you're going, because they always say those who let you go are the ones who give you new paths. Yeah, because you know, I was with this kind of a person, so in case I do these things minus them, then I'm not going to survive. Then what if you can do these things and you do them alone? That's why for 2026 I was like, yes, this year we've been doing this, and because of these 7 years I've sacrificed, now this is time again to go back to things we used to do. Whether the people stay, whether they go, it is still cool, because at the end of the day we need the people we are going to move with forward. You get the point? We need the people. We don't need big numbers, no, we need the people who are going to stick in there. So for those, I feel like, because someone will be like, how dare you do that? Yes, I had to prepare for this time when I had to let go of the politics to start a new journey. That's what I was talking about in the last live. Starting afresh really scares. Really scares me. If I woke up one day and let me say there's a girl who has come into my life, and then one day she walks up and then she's like, you know what, I want to leave. You're supposed to leave, and you're supposed to leave as soon as possible. And if you've not noticed, if you get this attachment to something or someone for a long period of time, the longer you keep in there, the harder it will become for you to leave. I've seen girls in relationships and they're with a guy who beats them up, who treats them bad, mistreats them, but this lady decides to stay. And most of the times I've always asked myself, why do you really stay when we are, I don't know, 1 billion people in the world? Each side you look at, most of the people say like, like women could be very many, but of course the married material is few. Yes, that could be true, but there will always be someone who understands you. I've always told people who do content creation, and I told them, even if you come and you do sign language like this, yeah, and you're on social media, let me tell you, out of the 1 billion people, there will be that someone who likes sign language. And guess what? When you get the right people who like you, the big number doesn't even matter. Why would you have, I told you yesterday, I have over 3,000 contacts in my phone. And when I was at my lowest, none of them even called me. Neither. There wasn't even anyone I would make a phone call to, given the fact that I had even a friend I was with since I was a kid. So 2026, I told myself, I'm going to learn something new and I'm going to use it to see. Because if you can survive alone, guess what? There is nothing someone can ever do to you. If you can survive alone, there is nothing anyone can ever do to you, because you are used to being alone. You get the point? So that's why, as for BCM, when we were starting, I think I should go back. Yeah, I think I should go back. I show you where we started as per BCM. Yeah, and most of the people thought it would be a wrong move, but I was like, I like to start afresh. Starting afresh scares, and that dopamine, that scary part of it, yeah, is what I love. Why? Because it makes me feel like I can always do something afresh. I can always start afresh. Yeah, I want to first do something. I want to show you when we started. Yeah, and then someone will come and then they will be let me say, judging you. Why would you do this? We were good this way. No. This is not how we started, man. This is not how we started. So it is always very cool, yeah, to be like, no, let me lose some people because they are now not, Tyler, don't do that, because now they don't align with what I really want now. What I really want now is really very different, yeah, really very different. Let me show you. I want to go back when we started, and you're going to see how many years these were. Then again, I'll take you back when we were doing what we were doing, and then you guys will be like, okay. So that's why 2026, I had given myself time to get the right kind of people. Tyler, don't do that. I'm going to take you to sleep. That's why I told myself, even if I'm to do it and I'm starting afresh, because I knew I'm going to give it at least 2 years, yeah, 2 years, 2 years to get the real people I need, because we had gotten what I would call a mix-up, yeah. I mixed up a lot of people. The people we started with, it was a journey to try our level best to add now the politics people. Yeah, you imagine now to add the politics people. It was kinda hard. It was kinda hard, I'm telling you. So now later it picked up. It picked up in like 2-3 years. Then it picked up. After picking up, then we had to run it for 7 years. So now after the 7 years, again we had to change, and that decision was hard, but it was something again we had thought about 5 years ago. We were like, even if we start on zero, even if we start and we are having a couple of people, 3, 4, 5 people watching, Tyler, don't do that. I'm going to take you to bed. Then I was like, after this, after 2026, we are going to go back again to concentrating on me as a person and the knowledge that I have, because over the years, I'm 37 years, by the way, guys. I'm 37 years, yeah. So I spent the 15 years doing TV, yeah. That means maybe we were doing service to the people, yeah, service to the people. Now after those 15 years, again add on the 7 years. Now the 7 years we were in we were into what we were calling we were in struggle, yeah, for 7 years. Now after 7 years, we want to make a different change now. Now let's concentrate on me and what I've learned over the years, because over the years when I was dealing with people, I've really learned a lot of things, and it will be unfair of me, yeah, to leave mine and sharing what I've heard over the years. It will be unfair to me, and it will be just unfair. You know, it is like how God gave talents to people. You remember the people God gave talents, gave them talents and told them to go spread them, and then one of them decided to keep, another one tried, you know. So this time round, I was like, 2026, yes, we'll start little, we'll start small. I knew about that, but I was like, I'm going to be okay with it. And it is going to go for 1 year, because now the people we do not need have to leave, and it is okay with that, because now this is a new journey, so we need new people. And that's why we made a topic, and we are saying just let them go sooner. Let those who don't add value, or you're in a journey where you don't need them, you have to let them go. Now this is 8 years, yeah. I'm going to share something. When we started BCM, I know most of you could have been there, because in between we lost the people who liked what we used to do then. So we got in a new crowd. Now this is let me share it to you right now. Yeah, so I'm going to give you a glimpse, yeah, of how we started. But again, this was like starting the second time, yeah. Look at this video. If you look, I'm going to try to increase the picture. This is the same channel. Let me try to also put myself on the side, yeah. I think it will be cool if I'm put on the side. Let me just do this. Okay, let me first do this. Let me first come up a little. Now let's okay, let me be small, yeah. Let me be small around here. Yes, let me be there. So now look at this video. Let me try to make it a little bit bigger. This was the first video we did as per this channel, yeah. Look at it there, yeah. This was the first video. Let me analyze it bulungi. Now this was 8 years ago, yeah. That was 8 years ago. Now you can see the content we were doing then. You see, this was the kind of content we were doing. This was the kind of content we were doing then, yeah. This was the kind of content we were doing then. Let me play you one again, which is 80 years ago. That one there, that one there. This it reads Fear Clear, aka Mukazi wa MC Cats on having HIV. By this time, I don't know if this guy had come out to say that he's HIV, but let me play you this video. Okay, let me just play you this video. Now I'm taking you to when we started, yeah. But this is just when now this channel, as per the channel, had started. Yeah, so let me play you this video. Let me decrease a little, you have it properly. Okay, let me do it first. Yeah, let me see if it will have.
Me, it would hurt me, but now you bichi mulina sirimu wagwa
nze ebyo tebinnuma neemanya okusinga omuntu yenna mmanyi ne katsi yeemanya okusinga omuntu yenna amumanyi, so omuntu yenna akeera ku makya n'awandiika ekintu bwe kityo mba sitegeera waava era mmusabira busabizi nti awone obulimba. You understand? So it's my life. One thing you need to know that I'm a mother. I keep myself safe. Period.
So you see, that's one of the clips. Let's watch it again.
Me, it would hurt me, but now you bichi mulina sirimu wagwa
nze ebyo tebinnuma neemanya okusinga omuntu yenna mmanyi ne katsi yeemanya okusinga omuntu yenna amumanyi, so omuntu yenna akeera ku makya n'awandiika ekintu bwe kityo mba sitegeera waava era mmusabira busabizi nti awone obulimba. You understand? So it's my life. One thing you need to know that I'm a mother. I keep myself safe.
Of course, you've heard that one there. Now, that is the time before even, Katz had come up to say his stories and all that. Yeah, those are now 8 years ago. But again, we started very many years ago. Yeah, now let me take you back. Let me see. Let me look for this one here. Again, very many years ago today, the guy who was running this called me and we were having a chat and was asking, Anderson, you disappeared, what happened? Nemugamba, it was all in plan. Yes, we disappeared. It was planned, like Tyler, we pour water. We disappeared and it was in a plan that, we were supposed to disappear for that given time. Then in 2026, we were supposed to come back. Social medias like TikTok, again, we were not there, yeah? We were not there. We were not on different platforms spreading any kind of content or anything. So now, I felt like 2026 would be the real year now. The real year will be coming out. So now, it has reached 2023. Let nobody judge you. Let me show you one of the other videos. You'll get, I don't know. Okay, let me show you one of this, yeah? Now, this is like 12 years ago. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me show you this one here.
Means you can use the Facebook page you're going to call in. It's not going to be very long, but he has also what to say. I'm very, very happy that Irene, she's really back in the country, and I made sure that we always, I made sure I updated you at whatever happened to her. But now, with me, we are going to be talking about the same thing. Hello, good morning.
Look at the years. I'm showing you the years when this was taken. You see, those are 12 years ago. Let me show you.
This is my head. So amanya ne post bampita kasuku kuku wazabanga je nkozesa yeah. Okay, kati ekitulese wanino Irene, I felt very bad all through the scandal nganda bebyamubeerako ebyo byonna naye people have their different version. I don't lie anywhere, but I'm just happy that she is back in the country. Kati gwe mukulabako gwe endowooza so kompitire mu bintu awo. Okay, well.
Okay, now let's end there still again. So I'm trying to show you where we really came from. That if someone judges you and they're like, this is not the right time for you to be doing this, it was in the plan, it was in the plan, and it's always very good to do something as per the plan. So that's why I just wrote and I said, let them go sooner, yeah? Let them go sooner, because in your journey, did you know, like, you could be, let me say, you want to travel abroad and you want to start afresh, yeah? There are people like that, it's like, let me travel, let me go start afresh. But because you're having other people with you, but they don't have the same direction as you, it doesn't mean you're supposed to keep them. You don't have to keep them. Nada. You don't have to keep them. What you have to do, you have to start afresh with new people. Some people, by the way, they have to be late back. Some people have to be late to be back for a fresh start. Truthfully speaking, just like in the Bible, the Bible says you will leave your parents, your mom and father, your father and mother, and then you go start a new life. Yeah, you start a new life as a couple. You imagine, you've grown up with your parents, your mother, your father, your relatives, and now the Bible itself is the one saying it, that you're going to leave both of them, even your relatives, the people who gave birth to you, and now you're supposed to start afresh. You're not supposed to stick in there, because even if you stay with your parents who gave birth to you, and then you're like, Dad, I feel like I cannot leave. Guess what? Your mother one day will wake up and they'll be like, my daughter, my son, I think it is time out. Time out. Even when someone is pregnant after the 9 months, whether you want it or not, this baby has to get out. So everything has its time. And if you don't want change, yeah, then change will change you. It has to be, it has to be. So when you're scared that, I cannot take such kind of decision, guess what? If you don't change, then change will change you. So sometimes it's good. The direction we took is quite a little hard. Yeah, it was hard, but it was planned. And we were like, 2026, then let's get to know. Let me also share, what I've learned over time. Yeah, what I've learned over time. For those 30 years plus, now it's time for me to share my mind without anyone controlling me, whether you're supposed to say this, you're not supposed to say that. No. Now it is time to share this, because the time has reached. Yeah, just like, the people taking us, and then, but again, time will reach, and they will be, when the right time comes, all about Jesus himself, Jesus who came and died for our sins, the time was up for him and he had to leave. Then what of a man created by God? Everything that has a beginning has an end. That is it. And if you fear this change, then guess what? Things are not going to be good for you. Things are not going to be good for you at all. So that's why I was like, every decision we make and we reach and we feel like now it is the right time to do this, then we got to do it. So everything I'm telling you right now, if you are in a relationship and you feel like it doesn't work, even if you have 3-4 kids, and instead of you dying from there, just leave and start afresh. It is always scary, yes, but sometimes we don't know whether we'll make it, not until we live and we make it. So now the decision that we took from politics to human interest is quite hard. It was hard, but it was planned. So we were also ready for the consequences or the repercussions that were going to come out of it. You get the point? So we were ready, and we were like, whatever happens, happens. And we will get the people that we need. That's why we are using 90% English and 10% Luganda. Why? Because now the crowd or the people we need, they're supposed to be English speaking. Do you know what it means to run the channel for all those years? And now it is time to change. It is time to change. Some people don't want change, that they want God himself to put a hand on them and they have to first kaboom. Then after you kaboom, then change has come. But you could make it a smooth change, before the intervention of Jesus Christ, Don't eat that. You get the point? So that is the thing. So that's why we were ready. And we were like, when the right time comes, this change has to be there. When the time comes. And the time was now. We had planned it for 5 years, and we told ourselves in 2026 we are going to change the kind of content we were putting up. It was politics basically, but after 2026 change had to be there. So that's why I'm telling you, when you are on a journey and you feel there are people pulling you behind, guess what? You're supposed to leave them. But again, change is which word can I use? Yeah, if change has to be there, just like how I told you, if someone sticks in there and they refuse and they're like, I don't want to leave, then God will intervene and you have to leave. If Jesus, like initially I told you, he came, he lived on earth for how many, were there 32 years, and then he had to leave. Tyler, I'll take you to bed. Stop making noise. So when the right time came, he had to die. And some people thought, people thought that Jesus came and he was crucified because the mankind planned it. No, Jesus came on the earth knowing it very well. He's going to come, born of Maria, then pass through life. Then at his end, he was supposed to be beaten kiboko, nice and lovely. Then he had to die. Whether it was in plan. It was in plan, man. It was in plan. So that's why I'm saying, yes, it is true. BCM was having numbers when we were doing politics. We could have 1K, 2K. But again, time came, we had to change. And we got ready for that for 5 years. The time we get politics was 7 years. You can imagine. I showed guys in one of the videos. You should go check it out. One of the first videos we did with the president. But of course, with Black Tyler, don't. So at the end of the day, you know, change has to be there. And sometimes you have to let go of people. Now, let me show you something here. When we changed the kind of content, then some people who are interested mainly in politics had to leave. Yeah, they had to leave. Why? Because they don't align with what we are doing right now. Why? Their time is out. Yeah, their time is out. So now it is new strategy, new things. Because we've given, like me, I should say like me, I've given people time. The 15 years I worked on TV, I was doing interviews with celebrities. You're with Spicy Dana, again you're with Winnie Nwaji, again you're with A-Pass, again you're with, you know, I felt, okay, now, those 15 years were enough. Then after we had to change, we were like, now what, I did this. Again, I sacrificed, by the way, even leaving TV, it was for the struggle. Completely leaving TV. I was like, now let me concentrate in struggle. Minus you even seeing me. So after the 7 years, we had to change. We had to change. Now let me show you this screenshot. Yeah, here we have 20,500, 20,000. Okay, that is 200,000. Yeah, 200,000 people, yeah, 505,040,413, yeah. So at the end of the day, you can see this one in red. 92 people left in the last 28 days. We were ready for that because we knew that will happen. But again, we were strong. Why were we strong? Because it wasn't planned. Tyler, don't do that. I'm going to take you to bed. Go to bed. Now go to bed and sleep. Go to bed and sleep. Yeah, go with it. Go with it. So stop making noise. So at the end of the day, that journey had to come. The guy you hear me talk to in the background is my son. Yeah, I'm a single dad for that. And again, that journey is scared. But again, we had to go through it. And now I'm used to being with him, with all the noise it makes. Style, I told you don't make noise. So at the end of the day, if you plan out, if you want to do anything, and there are people who don't align. By the way, not even only people. If you have an alignment, let me say you want to do something. You know, there are things, almost everything you want to do in life, there is an alignment. Yeah, there are things you're supposed to drop. Some things that we love so much, you know, You find yourself, you've loved drinking and you drink a lot, but you wake up one day, because of the journey you took, now that journey doesn't allow you to keep drinking like you used to drink. So you have to let that also go. So at the end of the day, when you do a fresh start, God willing, and you're consistent, then you will get the people who align with you. My sister kept telling me, and was telling me, you know, there are some people you have to let go. You know me, I had lots of friends. The friend who called me, I think is in where? USA? Mr. Charles MK called me today and was telling me a story. And I was like, you had all these people, where did they go? I was like, now they could not align to where I'm going or where my plans are. So at the end of the day, we had to leave them behind. We are like soldiers, you know, when you're at the war and you're going in front, if one is down, then guess what? You don't run again behind. You have to keep going in front. You have to let them go. And when you reach there and you've won, then you come back and you're like, you know what? You bring the dog tags and you're like, we lost this one, we lost this one, we lost this one. But again, thank God. Thank God that we came up with a win. So that is the journey I am in. It is tricky. It is really hard. And most of the people are going to be like, Anderson. And I'm like, man, it's been 7 years. Most of the people asking, where did Anderson go? Some guys call me and they're like, you know, I remembered what you used to say. You used to say like, Luzze Andrew Anderson is my name. Where did you disappear? I was on a different journey. Now I'm on a different journey. And on different journeys, again, we get different people. That's why we've heard people Luganda speaking as our audience, and right now we need a little bit of English speaking. Whether we are 10 or 15, those are the ones we need, so that we can share. It is not going to only be me here to talk to you. No. In a couple of weeks, of course, we'll be able, you can send in your requests. We have church, you know, we are going to be on other different platforms, but now this is the time, 2026. I was like, now this is going to be my year where I'm going to share with my friends. Of course, we've been with for the longest period of time, and we share new stuff away from the other one, because we've done the other one for quite a long period of time. So why again still be laid back instead of us being in the movie? We are the behind scenes, yeah, but we have to be in the movie also. So I told myself, when 2026 chips in, then that's what we are going to do. So that's why we put up a title, and I'm like, let them live sooner. Don't be stuck in anything that doesn't make you feel fine or good. Not in any relationship that you feel like these people are disrespecting, or they think they are helping you to be in your life. Yeah, you know, there are people like that. They feel like without them you cannot survive. Who said that? Who said that? That even when the twins are born by the same mother, the same day, each one is born at a given minute, they both don't come out with both heads down, that they were given birth at the same time. There is the first one and the second one. And guess what? Even when they are in the same family, they all don't have the same characteristics. They are different. So at the end of the day, my boys, my girls, 2026, you can also make it your year. Things that don't align with you, let them leave. Let them live politely, nice and lovely. I've lost my friends. Oh my goodness, I cannot even believe it. I think I lost all of them. I lost all of them. Why? Because we don't align with the plans where we are going. I'm trying to go. Just like even you know, you can even be married. Yeah, you have a wife, husband, but you try to tell your wife, the one you even have kids with, like, this is the direction. As a man, head of the family, you're like, this is the direction. But because they don't align with your direction, you want to go this side, they want to go this side. Basically, one of the two or three will happen. They either pull you down, or they slow you, or they make you lose it all. So if you're determined and you know basically what you want, you'll be like, no, I'm not losing it. I'm not losing it for anyone. No, I'm not. You know, they always say in relationship there is that thing of like, You're supposed to try, you know, align with the other person. You're supposed to let some things go. Tyler, don't do that. And you're spoiling water. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that if someone is not helping you to reach your goal, let them go. Because at the end of the day, when you reach your goals, they will celebrate you. But these people here who are slowing you down, they will also be happy because they see you've reached somewhere. But again, they were slowing you down or making you fail. You know, there is nothing that hurts when you tell someone something like, do you know what, these are my plans, I feel we can do this. Tyler, don't. And you tell them, I feel we can do this. If we join hands and we do this, we can reach at this point, we will be successful. And for them, they are like, no, it's impossible. That is made for other people. Now, guess what? These people, that is where the negativity thing comes in. I didn't even know initially what that meant. They are just negative. Anything you come up with, they are like impossible. And you're like, no. Don't disturb me. I'm going to take you to bed. I take you to bed now? So stop disturbing me and making noise. Say sorry. Don't make noise. So at the end of the day, don't let anyone pull you back, man. No. Don't let them pull you back. If they feel they are not suitable, let them be. Be like, yes, sir. And leave them. Go. It scares, I know. It scares everyone. But man, 2026, as for me, you're going to be seeing me today, tomorrow, in the evening, you know. And if someone feels like whatever I'm doing, they don't feel nice with it, may they go to their master something. Why? Because now I've reached, you know, I'm 37 years old. So I've reached the time in age, yeah, where you start looking at things and you don't fear what people talk about you. You don't care what they say about you. And you don't mind anything they say, they do. Because it's not like they are going to feed you, or they are going to house you, or they are going to dress you. So you're basically in life alone, doing your hustles alone, and you don't mind. When we are teens, yeah, in your 15, 16, 20, 21, basically you're thinking, what will people say? Each time, what will they say when they look at me? You know, I have to hold an iPhone, I have to get a car, so that when I'm moving, they are seeing me. It's like you're doing it for them. And guess what? They don't even care. So 2026 is going to be a little bit different. Very different. Yeah. It is now the me time. The me time. I remember when we used to do politics, some people thought we were doing it because it would earn money. No. We were doing it because we loved the cause. Yeah. We loved the cause. But again, the cause also reaches somewhere, just like how Jesus came, and at 32 he had saved enough people. He had to leave and leave behind the Bible, the Quran, you know. The time was up. He would have stayed up to now, he would have been around. But it was like, nada. Time up. Now, new stuff. Yeah, new stuff. And you go, start fresh. And that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. It's always a tough journey, by the way, when you're starting. There is nothing easy. The guy who did the bulbs we have, I think the bulb collapsed. So I don't know, it blew up, I don't know how many times. Not until the last time it lights. And it did not stop lighting. And it did not stop lighting. And then they had discovered the bulbs and the tubes and the light we are using currently. So the first time is always tricky. It is hard. It is scary, man. It is scary. But you gotta go do it. Because if you don't try it, then you don't know whether you could have been perfect at it. So sometimes we have to let these things go. If, imagine, the Bible again goes ahead to say you will leave your parents, you leave your father and mother, and you go join this person in marriage you didn't even grow up with, whom you don't even know, and you become one. Yet you didn't even become one with your mother or father. You didn't become one, but you're becoming one with a stranger. So the other journey of them ended somewhere, and now you're in another journey. You get the point? So 2026, that's when you have to think about yourself as an individual. If you notice, most of the greatest people, most of the times, they think about them first, yeah, before any other person comes in the picture. And if you take long to realize it, by the time you're gone, and you know, even if it's to impress people, let me tell you, me, I've impressed people. I've done things like I care about myself less than I care more about others, because I know maybe they will save me at given time. But those things haven't happened, man. For 15 years now. You imagine, I was in a business, Tyler. I was in a business whereby I was dealing with people. If you go and make a back check, you will notice everyone will tell you that guy was cool, that guy was cool, that guy was nice. Now, of all the people I dealt with, if you tell me who called you, now that's why I have some friends of mine, they feel like they've done a lot for the entertainment industry. Who asked you to do for them something? Who asked you to do for them something? No one asked you. So you should not expect anything from anyone. That's why I keep telling people, no one is coming to save you. If you're there and you're feeling sorry about yourself and you think someone is going to come to save you, no one is going to come to save you. And when you fail, they will all laugh at you and they'll be like, you see, we told you. So that's why we have to be in for ourselves more. Let us come first. I've learned those things when I'm mature, like yesterday. And I'm like, I wasted a lot of time thinking, you know, this is how the game plays, but it was all a lie. So now you cannot tell me. You know me, I never used to read comments. For all those years, I never used to read comments. I don't read comments. But now, this time that it is me, I'll read comments. And when someone says something vague, you have to reply them, man. You have to send it back to them. So, man, let 2026 at least, you know, mind about yourself. You find guys, like most so guys, when they get a kabebi they love, someone they like, you know, those girls. And because he comes, maybe, you know, you met him and you love them so much. And then a guy could be earning like, Tyler. Someone could be earning like 200,000, but at least they get 180 to give to a girlfriend. Think about it. They earn 200 Ugandan shillings, but they cut off 180 to give to like a girlfriend without even putting in the tithe first because of love. And then this kaga reaches a point where he also gets another cowboy, and then they leave you and you're like, I wasted a lot of my time. Bro, buy those things you want. If you feel like eating a pizza, get it, buy it. Be like this Valentine's, I'm going to buy myself a pizza as a guy. Because, man, again, life is short, man. Life is so short to be impressing other people, and you need their validation. If they don't tally with you in the lane you're going in, let them go. As per now, I have my sisters. I don't talk to none of them, only one. I let them be. I let them be. We will all die. They will bury us differently, different graves. So if they think life is what communicates to them, let it be. You get the point? I've seen very many people who are like me. More so when it comes, I saw a guy who plays ball and he was like, he no longer communicates with his family. Tyler? No. Okay, go to bed and you play from bed. You go with your laptop. Go with your laptop and your toy is in bed. No. Yes, go. You're making noise for me, you go. No. Tomorrow I'm not going to take you on the bike at the shop if you don't go. You're making noise. So stop making noise. I don't know who taught these kids at school. They do this thing. Even when you feel like you want to be serious, they're like... So me, I got into a fight with someone, and then they needed, it is always very bad. There are people who hurt you deep inside, and they want to make you feel small. Tyler, stop. They want to make you feel small, but by the time you're like, no, you cannot make me small, because now people like me, let me tell you something. People, Tyler, stop doing that. People like me, I'm only answerable to my son. I'm only answerable to my son, away from God. Only answerable to my son. And if he's 3, it's me who thinks for him. Wait. At the end of the day, another Nico pum 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 cannot come out to start, playing games. You have to now stand straight, and you're like, what? When the community is too much, you have to stand up for yourself, man. And you're like, no, this I'm not going to allow. Now, what can you do? What can you do? So that's when you notice that, so these people have been really doing this for validation, because, they take advantage of you. Man, the year 2026, man, it is the time. If you've been fighting wars, if you've been fighting wars which are not even yours, I think it's time to fight your own wars. You fight your own things that, concern you. Than, being there, you're fighting for people who won't even remember you. I'm telling you the fact, they would not. I swear, I've seen my friends who are kadamas, and they go abroad and they start collecting some money, sending to their parents, and then they come back and their parents are like, do you know I'm your mother? 9 months you are in my stomach. That's the pain I went through. So the 50 million you sent to buy land and also to build a house, we used it with your family members. That parent needs to be given kiboko. True. No. That is nonsense. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. By the time you've given birth to someone, now that is a different individual. That's why when they do population census, they count each one as an individual. So, man, let the year 2026 be your year, man. Now, don't let it be because fighting stuff, you're not even, that at the end of the day, you will also get a medal. They're not going to give you no medal. You will not even be remembered. I remember last... So seriously, let 2026 be different. Let it be more of you. You're in a relationship and a man treats you like you're nothing. Move on. Move on, man. You just don't know if you would survive. If you survive, then the end will be sweeter. So, today I'm not going to be here for long. I just wanted to come and I tell you, my brother, my sister, for the year 2026, at least let it be your year. Let it be your year to do things you also enjoy, things you like, and not really relying on other people for your happiness. It's very important. Very, very important. We don't need validation. We don't need validation. We don't need validation through 2026. You're still fighting wars of people. You're still sending money to friends because you're abroad, and if you don't give them, then they will judge you, or if they don't judge you, then they will say you're doing bad where you are because you cannot send them some money. You send them some money, they come back, they go clubbing, you're there, you wake up, it's snowing, it is very hot in your country where you went to work, and you're there working, and you're spending the money to the young boys here because you feel you're in love. Katona. Boys, some of the things I'll be telling you here, they will be straight on point. The truth has to be the truth. We don't have to come and sugarcoat things. If something is wrong, is wrong. If something is right, is right. It is the truth, man. Unless there is some way you're going to benefit. Yeah? If there is a way you're going to benefit, well and good. But they always say, for those girls who remain in relationship where they are harassed and they are beaten, they always tell us, in journalism they told us, there is no story worth your life. No story worth your life. So, if you feel like you're not going to be safe, my brother, leave. Some of these things are the facts, we don't have to sugarcoat. They are the facts. So for me, 2026, I was like, now it will be on me. It will be a long journey, but I'll be in there. And the people that I will get on the journey, those are the ones I would have needed. So I think I'm going to let you have a good night. Luzze, a good night, a good morning, a good evening, a good afternoon. I still remain your boy, Luzze Andrew Anderson. I don't know, we did this for 1 hour and 44 minutes. Tyler, you've been disturbing me.